Janice and I have just arrived at one of my favorite yum cha places in Sydney. We have ordered so much food. I am so grateful that I have friends with me today. So without further ado, I'm going to start right now with one of the most important elements of yum cha, which essentially translates to drinking tea. I'm not too sure what this tea is. What tea do we order? We ordered Pu'er, which is a very good tea for maintaining health and well-being. But you know what? I am so extremely hungry. I'm gonna start with a very popular dumpling that a lot of people do know, the hagao. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is shrimp meat wrapped around in a wrapper. It is absolutely delicious. Like look at how fresh the prawn looks, and then how like thin the wrapper is. And now we have the char siu bao, which is the pork bun. It's the barbecue pork bun. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I mean, like Eric keeps saying that for everything that I eat. Everything that I eat is one of my favorite things to eat. Otherwise, I wouldn't order it. The bread is so fluffy. The pork is so sweet and so caramelized. Look at this bread. Look at this bread. So good. Next up on the list is a vegetable type dumpling. I'm gonna break it in half so that you can see exactly what's inside. This is one of my other favorite dumplings as well. There is like veggies and prawns inside, if I'm correct. I will put the name of each of these dumplings like here because I only know the Chinese names. I don't know their English names, but I will look them up and I will let you know right here. And this is how you can eat your dumplings and also get your veggies in. It is so good. All right, now we have two different silmais. One that is I'm very accustomed to, and the other is a bit fancier. There is a bit of scallop on top. I think I'll love them both equally. But let's try with the one that I'm usually accustomed to. This is the pork shumai. Usually there's more like fish roe on top, but this particular one there isn't that many, which I'm perfectly fine with. There are two types of silmais. There's ones that you get on the street where they use fish meat, but the ones that you get in yum cha is usually with pork. I love them both equally. The fish meat shumais I prefer with soy sauce, but the pork meat ones I'm happy with like just as is because I love it so much, and it brings back so many memories of me as a kid going yum cha on the weekends with the family. But now I feel like I need to upgrade and try something more luxurious, a scallop shumai. This is the first time I've ever tried a scallop shumai. I don't think there's too big of a difference to a normal one, and I wouldn't mind getting a normal one next time anyway. And now we have tripe. Now this is like the way that they marinate this and the sauce that they put it in is like so good. It's like chewing gum. No, I'm just kidding. It's very chewy, but it's a nice type of chewy, and the flavor, like the sauce that it's in, it's a little bit like a curry sauce, but it's not spicy at all, and it just reminds you of like street food in Hong Kong. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop myself right there. It's not actually a curry sauce. I don't know why I said that. It's more like a mixture of oyster sauce, soy sauce, black bean sauce, 5-spice powder. The sauce that it's cooked in, it's what makes it so delicious. And while I have your attention, I'm gonna chuck in a yum cha fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Here's what my dad has always taught me when we go yum cha. So whenever someone pours me tea, I always go like this on the table. So back in the day, if you're an emperor, when people see you, they have to you know, salute you in a way where they have to kneel down and bow their head. And there was an emperor that was traveling across the country and he needed to be in disguise. So he pretended to be a commoner and one of his guards pretended to be the emperor. So if someone were to assassinate the real emperor, they would instead kill the fake one. So they stopped off at a restaurant to get some food and some tea. And the commoner, who is the real king, had to like pour tea for the fake king because like they didn't want to ruin their disguise. But the fake king still wanted to show respect to the real king who was pouring his tea. And instead of like doing the whole kneel and bow thing, which would completely ruin their cover up, he just tapped on the table to show his respect. That's what my dad told me. I've always just believed that it's true, but if it's false, you can correct me in the comments below. But yes, let's get back to the food. And now, when you're here in Yamcha, don't just get dumplings, also get the chow mein, which is the fried noodles. There's nothing special to this dish other than just like noodles, oil, bean sprouts, and a bit of soy sauce, but it is so delicious. And you know what pairs really well with chow mein? Congee. So what we've got is the century egg congee with a bit of pork and century egg. It sounds weirder than it actually is, but it tastes really delicious, and it's like the perfect pair with a chow mein. The congee is so fluffy, it's so creamy. Creamy is a weird way to describe congee. The congee is so fluffy, it's dense, but it's light at the same time. It's very flavorful as well, not too salty. Exactly the type of comfort food that I live for. Now we have the chung fun. And usually the sauce that they would give us is the peanut, what is it? Peanut sauce and, is it hoisin? The sauce that we usually dip this in is peanut and hoisin sauce. When you mix it together, they have a bit of sesame seeds in it as well. And when you mix it together, whoa. It's really good. And I don't even know what number we're on right now, but we're just going to continue eating until everything on this table is gone. But we have the radish cake, and my grandma makes this from scratch. She would like peel the radish and like shred it into like shredded radish, put it together into like a cake type thing. They steam it with like bits of meat and like Chinese mushrooms, and here you have it, your radish cake. There isn't as much meat in this radish cake as what my grandma would put in, but like she like puts in a whole bunch to make sure we eat enough. How many times have I even said the word delicious in this video? I don't even know, but this is what it is. This is so extremely fluffy. It's like biting into a sweet, fluffy pillow. And now we have the prawn toast. This is just completely oozing with fresh prawns. Crunchy exterior, what more can you ask for? More of this is essentially what you can ask for. And now we have, you know what, I don't even know what number we're on right now. I'm just completely enjoying the experience. And now we have something called a sinjokgun, which I don't actually know what it's called in English. Anyway.
Oh, well, let's go buy them and leave it.
It's okay. This one actually is not my go-to Yamcha order. If I just had to choose like 5 things to order, this one probably wouldn't make the list. It's good, but I like some other dumplings better. And now we have the 炸粶. which essentially is like Chinese donut wrapped around like cheng fun, the cheng fun layer rice noodle. It's like a combo of like two amazing things, the Chinese donut and the rice flour. Okay, without further ado, let me just like, can I one bite of this? I'm pretty sure I can. Okay. Ooh.
Okay, it's time.
It's so good. It's perfect on its own. I didn't add any soy sauce to that when I ate it, but it would be perfect with soy sauce as well. What else have I got on this list? There is more food, don't you worry, but before we move on, here's another Yum Cha fun fact. Okay, so whenever you want to add tea to your teapot, there is a trick to it. I'll show you exactly how to do it. Thank you. And that is how you gesture for more tea in your teapot. And now we have a lo mai kai. It is sticky rice wrapped up in bamboo leaf and then steamed. And it is also very delicious, but also very dense. So like, you might think this looks small, but it will definitely fill you up. I usually share it with someone because I want to leave more stomach space for more food. This is what it looks like. It's got, oh, okay, I'm just gonna eat it. It's got sticky rice, it's got some Chinese mushrooms, it's got some meat. It's exactly how I remembered it. It's as sticky as I remembered it. Just remember, don't make the mistake of like eating 2 of these because it will fill you up and you'll have no stomach space for more delicious dumplings that we've had today. Now we are on to desserts, believe it or not. Okay, so first up on this list is a mango sago. So there is mango, obviously. Look at these massive chunks of mango. And we have some pearl milk tea pearls, some sago, and some pomelo pulp. It's so good. It's so refreshing. Because a lot of the dumplings, you know, some can be quite dense, some can be quite heavy. And this dessert is so sweet, so cooling, it's so fresh, it's so light. It's absolutely perfect. And while we're on the topic of desserts, I can't not add this onto the list. Can you guess what it is? It doesn't matter if you can't guess because I'm going to show you anyway. It is the egg tarts. The plate is still hot because it is so fresh. So there are 2 types of egg tarts. There's one that is like more like buttery puff pastry, and there's also that's like another that's just like baked pastry. The one that I like is the one that's more buttery because it just completely flakes as you take a bite, and this one is the buttery flaky pastry. Oh my God. The egg tart is so creamy and eggy and delicious, and the pastry is just so buttery and flaky. I think this is the last thing on the list. I'm not even sure what number we're on right now, but we've got a mango donut type thing with, oh my God. There is cream inside. Mango, donut, and cream. Like what else can you go wrong with that? Okay. It's just a whole bunch of sugary goodness. Alright. It's a little bit too sweet for me. My favorite desserts are definitely the egg tarts and the mango sago coconut dessert soup. That one is absolutely amazing. We're pretty much done with our Yum Cha feast for today. look at the number of empty bamboo steamers that we've got on our table right now. So people that aren't familiar with yum cha and don't really know how to order, that is okay, I have got you. So essentially what you would do is, your most important document when you're at yum cha is this receipt. If you have this, you can get anything that you want. So you'll see a lot of the trolleys just sort of walking around with different types of food. They have dumplings, they have fried goodies, they have desserts. So what you do is you go up to them like, I just want to have a look what's available. They'll open up the bamboo steamers and show you what's inside. If there is something that you want, you're just like, I want that. Give them this card and they will stamp on whichever section your dumpling falls into. Like depending on what style it is, it might be small, medium, large, extra large, or special, or supreme, and that's how much it would cost. So make sure you have this document available every time you order something. The dim sum ladies ask to see that so they can stamp, and then once you've got your stamps, you go to the payment area and you find out exactly how much damage you've done for lunch. So usually with yum cha, it typically costs between like $20 to $25 per person, but because today I'm with a group of friends who eats just as much as me, whose love for food is just as intense as mine, I think it will be around $30 to $35, maybe even more, I don't know, but we'll find out shortly. So I was completely off because we did order a lot of food today and we ordered some of the specials as well. It came to $80 between 5 people. That's $56. So you know, because we did order a lot, choose whatever you like from this video and order it when you're here. Yeah. And that is it for today. This was a very long video, so if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching till the end. And let me know in the comments below, what is your go-to dim sum when you go yum cha? I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. I hope you have an awesome rest of the week. I post new videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. Check them out if you have time. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye!